Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. We're going to talk about some comments from Norman Reedus in regards to the reinvention of the Walking Dead universe and how he feels about it going forward. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a statement from Norman Reedus recently in regards to the future of the Walking Dead and the future of the franchise. So, wanted to discuss this one. I had a few people messaging me about this one, so definitely wanted to talk about it. Norman Reedus has been getting asked a lot recently about his kind of future in the Walking Dead universe and how long he would stay for, and if you didn't see the video we did last week, we talked about obviously that Norman Reedus promised at least 6 or 7 more years worth of Daryl Dixon. So, whether that is the character or the series or both, I mean, I have no idea, but he said 6 to 7 more years at least worth of Daryl Dixon, which would take us up to about 2030 in time. Now he says that the main reason that he would stay that long is as long as, and again, I'm quoting what he says here, as long as they keep reinventing it. So, what are my thoughts on that? Now, as long as they keep reinventing it, well, I have to admit, one thing that The Walking Dead has been doing lately, and it's one thing that I definitely will give them credit for, they are reinventing it all the time. They really are. I mean, going from the main series being kind of its own thing to giving us, Tales of the Walking Dead, to giving us, Dead City in New York, to giving us, Daryl Dixon in France, and then you're going to transition that over to Spain in Season 3, and potentially a Season 4, you know what I'm saying? And then Ones Who Live with Rick, and like kind of like a military type of thing. Like, no, they definitely reinvent it all the time, and that's one thing I'll always give Walking Dead. Walking Dead is definitely getting creative, especially as of late. It's been getting very creative. Thing is reinventing it the thing that's going to keep it afloat and the thing that's going to keep it interesting? Could be and could not be. That's kind of an up-in-the-air thing. It all depends on what the writing is like, because if you had reinvented a franchise like The Walking Dead with, I don't know, World Beyond, you know what I'm saying, where it's a bunch of teenagers doing a whole bunch of stuff, some people may like that, but some people may not like that. I was in the boat of, I didn't like that too much. But then you give me a reinvention of a show like Daryl in France, and I actually enjoyed that show, you know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that they're experimenting with different things, and I think that's what more so Norman Reedus is pointing at, here, is that I want the thing to keep reinventing itself if I'm going to be playing this character for 6 or 7 more years, you know what I'm saying? And I respect that about that. I do. I respect that line from him. I haven't respected all the things that I've heard him say recently, like the one where, he says that he wishes that, maybe Daryl found Rick dead, you know what I'm saying? I disagree with Norman on that one. I mean, like, look, it's his opinion. I'm not, saying anything that it's wrong or anything, but it's just not my personal, taste is to have Daryl come back home and find Rick's grave, you know what I'm saying? That's not something I want. And I'm sure a lot of Walking Dead fans would agree with me on that, But do I think that Walking Dead reinventing itself is something that'll continue to keep it alive for 6 or 7 more years like Norman Reedus says that he wants to do? I mean, it could, definitely, as long as the writing is good. We know at the very least that this franchise is going to go on for a couple more years, because obviously Dead City Season 2 is not the last, and Daryl Dixon Season 4 is not the last, from the way that he was talking about it. So we're at least going to be going on with this brand until 2030. I think that's a pretty easy shot at this point. We're already getting close to 2025. That's only 5 more years after that. They'll definitely make it to 2030 at this rate, as long as people keep watching. I think that's really what it all depends on, is that, they asked Norman, like, oh, well, will this be successful? And it's like, well, and he says as long as it keeps reinventing itself. Yes, on one strength, but it also depends on how many people watch The Walking Dead, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have Norman Reedus that says he's going to stay for 6 or 7 more years, but if there isn't an audience or an interest for that, then forget about it, you know what I'm saying? I personally will do it. I definitely will, especially because The Walking Dead, and I'm sure a lot of you guys kind of noticed this lately, Walking Dead has definitely been a easy show to watch, and what I mean by that is that they're not even providing all that much entertainment every year anymore. They're really not. Like, you give us like 6 episodes of Ones Who Live, 6 episodes of Daryl this year, and that's all you gotta watch. It's like 12 weeks of the year. Like, it's an easy thing to watch. It's not hard to keep up with. I'll tell you when it was hard to keep up with is when you had the main show, which I love the main show, but when you had the main show and then you had Fear and then you had World Beyond and they were all going around at the same time, that's when it was difficult to keep up. But just these 2 shows, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? I can picture it already. Gimple's like, well, Dan, I have some spinoffs I'm announcing at Comic-Con in a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know what I'm saying? But for now, at least, you know what I'm saying? For now. I'm sure this comment will go absolutely nowhere in the next, week or week and a half, but we'll see. But yeah, that's, I understand what Norman Reedus is saying there. As long as Walking Dead keeps reinventing itself, it should go on for a little bit longer. And yeah, I agree. Everything needs to keep reinventing itself. Doesn't matter, if it's good or bad. You need to keep reinventing your stuff at least every once in a while. Spice it up, make it different. And Walking Dead, as much as I may say that they're trying to do an overly large franchise that's maybe not necessary for this type of brand, I'll say this at the same time. They never fail to amaze me on how much they keep reinventing the zombie genre in this universe. And that's one thing I'll give them. They always keep reinventing themselves. They always keep doing something different. And I will give credit where credit is due there. I think they always reinvent things. They always do things that are different. And if that's what they plan on continue doing, then that's awesome. And, obviously, Daryl going to Spain is, whether you like it or not, is it reinventing things? Definitely, because it's a new setting, it's a new environment, it's a new, probably cast of characters somewhat, that's reinventing things for sure. Is it the way I wish they were reinventing stuff? No, I would personally do it a little differently, but that's up to interpretation, and we'd be here for 20 hours if I went into it now. So, but that's the general idea, you know what I'm saying? As long as Walking Dead keeps reinventing itself, sounds like Norman's down for a little bit longer, at least till about 2030. So, there you go. I was kind of curious on his motivation behind it, because obviously we knew that he wanted to stay for 6 or 7 more years, but I was wondering if there was a reason behind it, and, now we know that there is. So, yeah, cool comments from Norman, guys. Post comments down below. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button to miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Be sure, of course, to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.